Shirley and I had a nice walk this morning, and we walked about 3 miles. It's very pleasant to be able to do that, and we're fortunate that where we are, we're able to get out and get that kind of physical exercise, and not just physical exercise. It's especially good for the mind and heart during these times that we're in, to be able to do that. The monastic day, and not only the monastic day, but early on in Christianity, the Christians' day, and before the Christians, the Jewish day, was punctuated by periods of prayer, times of prayer throughout the day. And that ancient Jewish practice has been cultivated over the years, and in monasteries around the world, men and women, men in monasteries and women in convents, still punctuate their days by periods of prayer. And mind you, anytime we're reading these Psalms, we're reading them as prayers. They're being chanted, they're being sung as prayers in the monasteries. And that's what they really are. They're prayers, they're hymns, they're hymns of the heart. Verses 145 through 152 of Psalm 119 say, I call with my whole heart, hear me, O Lord. I will keep thy statutes. Yea, even unto thee do I call, help me, and I shall keep thy testimonies. Early in the morning do I cry unto thee, for in thy word is my trust. Mine eyes prevent the night watches. Prevent is an old English word that simply means goes before. It's not that we stop the night watches, but we enter into them. Mine eyes prevent the night watches, that I might be occupied in thy words. Are we really occupied in the words of God, or do we hear them and just simply let them float on by? Are we paying attention to what God has to say to us, especially now in the 21st century, especially now as we face what in my mind is the most horrendous crisis that I've ever seen unfolding, this COVID thing. I've never known of churches to be closed. I've never known of businesses to be closed because of some little virus, some little tiny thing that we can't see with our eye that's making people ill unto death. If ever there was a time that the Christian community, regardless of the name on the door, regardless of the denominational bent or non-denominational bent, never has there been a time in modern history that we've needed to stand together, to be unified, and to pray for one another. There's a lot of power in prayer. Prayer works. And find a way to be an encouragement to others. It's easy. It's easy to find ways to encourage people. And the first place that it begins is right here with the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts. Be careful what we say. build one another up. The short chapter, I've always wondered why they call it a chapter when it's just basically a verse and a response. But Paul tells us in Galatians chapter 6 verse 2, bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ. Then the versicle that follows the verse, the Lord is my shepherd, therefore can I lack nothing. And the responsory, he shall feed me in a green pasture.